Hello, and
Hi.
welcome to Sofrita. I'm Mayra.
I'm Rico, and today's episode is about the 5 top places that we are considering moving to out of the country. What do you think of that?
Obviously,
You're for it, yeah.
I'm for it, and apprehensive, and obviously, you have to have a need to be able to even be talking about something like this.
Yeah, do you want to cover the why we would want to leave Maui in the first place?
Well, the first thing that I would say, one of the first reasons why would be the climate of our country.
Politically and racially and
Yeah.
pandemically.
Yeah. So that would be the first reason, because when you add up all those things, it's really hard to be able to afford living on an island like Maui with not only your regular cost of living added to your life, however, the extra stuff that's being forced almost upon you, like the COVID.
Yeah.
Because-
Nobody wanted that. Nobody expected it.
And there's a way to keep it at bay. However, it seems like, the government is not necessarily helping to facilitate a place of common sense and safety. So when you add all that together with...
It makes you kind of want to run for the hills.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
Yeah. So...
And so, yeah, politically, pandemically, and racially, the whole country's in a state of turmoil. And while we are thousands of miles away from that, it's still really expensive here. And I'm not going to say that that's the primary reason for us to even want to go. But if you combine all of those things together, right now, the work that I actually do for a living is slow. And unemployment and stimulus is only a stopgap until those things run out, and then we're going to be in a real fix and wondering, what the hell do we do next? So, to be proactive about that, we came up with a list of the top 5 countries that we would want to move to should things really hit the fan.
And I had 10, and then,
We narrowed them down a bit. But did you want to say the 10? Do you have them on your phone?
Oh, yeah. That's...
Let's say the 10 and then pare it down to the top 5.
Do you have 10 or...
I had 10,
And
but
then you just pared it down. Okay. So what I'm going to say, and I don't think Rico has seen my list.
I have not.
So the first one on my list, bonjour. I bet you can't guess where that is. Okay, it's in France. France. And I love everything about the culture, the society, the
Language.
language of love.
And let's not forget the food.
Yes. to a
Macaroons, baby.
Okay, well, that's not necessarily, that's a delicious treat for sure, but I can't live off macaroons, so you'll be rolling me down.
I thought they were keto.
Well, no, the ones that I was going to make were going to be keto macaroons.
Oh.
Thanks for that. So, France, and I love the fact that in their government, you have a right to say how you feel and to be able to express yourself and let people know, your opinion. And
It's safe to say the government is terrified of its people.
yeah, and they have a history of, holding people accountable,
Which, I wish we would have more of here. If we could really rise up and just say, oi, you're screwing up.
Yeah.
And then everybody shows up in Washington en masse and was like, all right, well, we're not doing what you think we're doing. Here's what you're going to do now.
Yeah,
It'd be much better that way.
for sure. So it was France, and then I have New Zealand, because
I had New Zealand.
Okay. Ireland, because there's something very
Huh?
wonderful. Well, my people come from Ireland.
And I can't deny that some of my people actually also came from Ireland. But, there's not a lot of tan people in Ireland.
No, there's not, but I'm not trying to look like everybody else anyway. So, but I think it's a beautiful...
You're not the one I'm referring to.
Oh. So, but no, I think that they have
It's a beautiful country.
It's a beautiful country. I think the culture...
And they've got mythical monsters there.
Dude, they got mythical monsters. They have castles. They have a rich history. There's a lot to be said for a place I've never gone to.
And the Irish are well-known poets.
you know, and I love the way their accent is just delicious. Let's see, Spain. I speak a bit Spanish too. Well, sort of. Anyway, I also, because of the history, the fact that, you know, that one was like, I guess, low-hanging fruit for me because I figured it's less for me to learn.
Yeah, for sure. No
Even
matter
though-
where we go, I'm not like at the top of the list of stuff that I have to learn.
Yeah.
Or at the
but
bottom of the heap, however you want to look at it.
Then again, my Spanish is not that great. However, I can get myself out of a pickle. And that's
She's conversationally fluent.
like
She doesn't
I can
write it. She doesn't read it per
well,
se, but
I can read it, I can write it. I just kind of suck at the verbal communication unless I'm scared for some reason.
Or angry.
Or angry. If I'm angry or I'm terrified, all of a sudden it's like it just flows right out of me. It's like you're like, wow, that was impressive. But my dormant Latina and Spaniard is in me. I just can't bring the out when I need her, like just for regular conversation.
yeah, if you call her a Spaniard to her face, then she'll speak Spanish to you because, you know,
Yeah,
she's
that's
not
I
technically
wish.
Spanish, and so it might be a touchy subject.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What's your next one?
Okay. Greece. That's my, like, I feel like that's my soul island, or, you know, like my soul mate place.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's something about Greco-Roman, Greece, Rome, that calls me.
This is Sparta!
Maybe I was the reason why they started that fight. They're like, who the hell is Helen? But Maida, she really pissed us off.
Completely different story. Completely different story. But that's okay.
I'm just saying.
I'll be your Leonidas. How about that? I'll regrow my beard and I'll be your Leonidas.
See, why are you going to say that? You just shaved it off. Okay.
That's because I looked 800 years old.
No, you didn't. Anyway,
Okay.
stop talking about my baby.
700.
So also, the history, of course, the healthcare, Mediterranean diet, and low crime. It's just like, it's beautiful. Everything about it,
It's a gorgeous place. We've never been.
I just think it's beautiful. I'd love to go. And, you know, if I had, I'm definitely going to go there at some point. If I have like one of those bucket lists.
It'll super help if we move to Europe in general.
Yeah. So Italy, and that one was kind of low-hanging fruit for me as well, just because the affordability of a lot of places there. And I feel like
And we're not just talking about the $1
dollar
homes that
and
you can
stuff.
buy.
No, there's like a lot of places, and they're looking for younger people to move there. Although we're starting to, you know, click.
It's okay. We made younger people. We're good.
Yeah, and I could still make a couple of extra, you know, if I had to.
You almost had me do a spit take.
Yeah.
Like,
So.
with who?
And then Switzerland. But it's too expensive.
And
But
cold.
the cold doesn't bother me. I was a Catholic school girl in skirts.
I would
So
have
let
liked to
that
have seen
just-
that, but I didn't, and it's kind of pervy to me for me to even say it. All I'm saying is Switzerland is cold. They've got great chocolate, and she likes the sheep that they've got there.
They have the best sheep. Dude, I'd be drop spindling like, boom, and just like doing all sorts of crafts. Hey, watch it.
Sorry.
Almost, whoa. And then there was French Polynesia. That's because it's real close, but it's out of this country. That's literally really the only reason why.
It's like France and Maui had a baby, and they made it further away, and it's just as difficult to get citizenship there.
Okay, and there's this one, before I tell you the one.
The
there's-
one.
So there was this one I called the wild card.
Wait. I thought we were going to count down. Are we not counting down?
I don't know. You just told me to tell you my 10.
All right, go ahead.
Well, 11.
We'll reiterate.
My wild card to my whole entire list was Bali,
Oh, yeah.
because really crazy affordable, and affordability is where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So that was that. But the one that is really, to me, in my opinion, that I think that would be the best fit for our entire family.
Drum roll. Brrr. Yeah.
Portugal.
Portugal.
And it's just one of those things that the being able to get into the EU easier.
And that's our show. It's not quite like that, but it's pretty close. She gave you her top 10. Let me see your phone. I'll do my top 10. It'll be super fast.
Okay, cancel. Yeah, yours should be just up there. Hold on a second.
So I'm going to start with, from top 10 down, for my favorites, the Netherlands. I wrote quick things about the pluses and minuses of each. The Netherlands is cold, safe, high quality of life, beautiful healthcare, clean, but they have brutal winters. And I'm not down with brutal winters at all. Not at all.
I'm not down for brutal winters either, but at the same time, the cozy sweaters and the cuddling.
All right, Switzerland, number 9. It's neutral. They don't want any problems, and I like that. I don't want any problems either. So we have Switzerland. Me and Switzerland have a lot in common.
Yeah, that one too.
They also have Myra sheep. New Zealand, also number 7. Italy, number 6. Canada. How did we not say Canada?
I don't know.
We
Well,
love Canada.
We do love some Canada.
It's cold, but
It's
they're
cold.
so friendly. It's hard not to love them.
There's a lot of stuff happening though, but I'm surprised I didn't put Canada
Yeah, me too.
because I do mention Canada quite a bit, and
Oh, Canada.
we did want to move there like a while back.
Yeah,
So,
10 years ago this month we were trying to move to Canada.
oh yeah.
Yep. All right. French Polynesia. Boom. Remote, obviously. French, without the jerks, combines Maui and France. It's a perfect symmetry. Aruba. Aruba is like Maui and Arizona,
and see, and
had a
that's-
baby.
And that's I didn't put it down because,
She doesn't want to live on an island anymore, is the problem.
well, the thing is, it's not that I don't want to live on an island. It's the problem that they haven't had any hurricanes and stuff like that.
They're in the hurricane sweet spot. They never get hurricanes.
Which is wonderful. And you think, yeah, isn't it great? But they're so flat that if there's ever a tsunami, oh, that ain't going to be a good one. Everyone's just going to get wiped right off.
There's a good chance of mass destruction should a tsunami happen in Aruba.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I don't think I...
I mean, but they do have higher ground
Hold on
there.
a second.
What are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm checking because I thought I felt the mic drop. But no, it's
Excuse
still
me.
there.
Yeah, I'm just helping you out a little bit. All right. So
Gotta get our ratings up.
check it out. All right. So Aruba's number 3. Now, Portugal was number 2 for me because I've got.
Mine wasn't in any specific order.
Oh well, I was
so
just
that
putting
you
them in the order. Okay,
Okay,
I got
I
you.
just- I
You were
was
just spitballing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Portugal was number 2 for me because it's historical, it's beautiful, it's international. They've got great healthcare and easy citizenship. And I forgot to add this one. Everything in Europe is right there. Like you can hop on a train and go all over Europe, which is great. I mean, I would love for the kids to have the opportunity to see more of Europe and travel and make friends and, experience life. But the last one, still technically speaking in Portugal, is the island of Madeira. It's the sister island to Maui, which, how can I not love it for that? It's cosmopolitan. It's a chill pace. It's not like, it's a little bit more than this, but not as much as Oahu. So,
And I didn't get that and we're only going by what we've seen on videos.
are you saying you don't want to get on one of those wicker baskets and come down that mountain at 45 miles an hour with those two guys like, be sweet. Drop clip here.
Yes. Okay, that was close. Quite interesting. That was very close to that drain.
Yeah, right. But it seemed like it was definitely slower than that to me. I think that it's gorgeous. Like,
Have you actually seen like Madeira from like the air?
yeah.
It's a thriving metropolis.
Okay.
It's a lot like Oahu, except without all the traffic and all the people.
I didn't get that.
All right,
For some
well-
reason, I'll watch it again.
Here is
But-
your phone.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, so that was the initial top 10 that we came up with that we were like, We were going to do this whole big top 10
Yeah, there's some
reveal
that I
thing.
didn't realize.
Well,
like, I
that was
didn't
the whole
see-
point. We had 2 separate lists, and we were
Yeah.
going to play off each other.
Yeah, so that's what I was just saying. Like, I didn't know everything that was on his list, and he didn't know everything on my list. So we were going to do this big reveal thing, but then we were like, everything just kept snowballing.
Other
out of
things
control.
got in the way.
Yeah.
Corona.
Well, me getting not feeling well.
I'm just going to blame everything else but you. Married 25 years. All right,
good.
so now, working back, I think I figured out our top 5. If you are in agreement, you saw these earlier.
Yes.
Are you in agreement with the top 5?
Yeah, except for Aruba.
Okay. Well, but
And I do think
as you can see, I
differently.
took off Madeira.
Yeah, but I just think that I may need to look into some more of these, just because I think that your top one on the top there, it's way too expensive living there. And
It's-
that's just me. And I'm
and that's
not
fine.
trying
It's
to go
still cheaper than
anywhere.
here.
And that's what I think I'm looking for.
We're looking for cheap, well, safe,
Safe.
cheap, friendly, warm, which is not her highest priority, it's mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the seasons, don't get me wrong. I just
I'd
don't
rather
like,
have like a rainy season. I like a rainy season.
Totally.
Rainy season.
and that actually leads us to our list.
Okay, let's do it.
All right,
I gotta
New
take a
Zealand.
sip of coffee. Did you want some?
We have the best coffee here on Maui. There's no 2 ways about it.
We're not going to say which one is because we got a show.
We're not going to plug it right now. So, number 5, New Zealand. Now, we already said that we kind of touched on our points. It's cheaper, it's safer. The problems are earthquakes. They are well known, and there's volcanoes there. So,
I'm out.
they've got 2 of the things she's most afraid of.
Earthquakes, like we have them here, but they're so tiny that I don't. There was only one time that I became aware, and that's when you were in California, and that cup fell in the bathroom, and I was like, "Why did that cup fall? Ow! I think I'm getting bit."
We actually keep a pendulum in the room attached to the ceiling so that should an earthquake, no matter the size, happens, if the pendulum starts to swing, we know, all right, there's something going on. We might not have sensed it physically, but at least the pendulum is telling us what's the what.
Yeah. So yeah, New Zealand, like their biggest selling point for me is their leader. That woman, she handles business so well. She is doing a fantastic job that some people,
I'm struggling to remember her name.
I am too, but that woman
She's
is
on point.
inspirational because she handles things with such class, dignity, and she's intelligent.
Efficiency.
And yeah,
Let some gunplay happen. She shut it
well,
down
yeah,
so
she was
fast.
so quick that it was like you thought twice before you know. She's amazing. She's
Yeah.
the only reason why I'd forget about earthquakes and volcanoes is to be around that kind of,
That's a powerful statement
It
right there.
really
Maybe,
is, because
maybe
I'm-
we should move there just so you could meet her.
you know. Oh, I would love to meet her.
All right, so I've never been to
Any of these places.
no. Touche.
Well, me neither.
Specifically, I've never been to the Netherlands. I don't speak Dutch at all, but it's a fascinating language, difficult to learn. I heard it's like one of the top most difficult languages to learn anywhere. So, not sure if you knew this, Aruba is a commonwealth or state of
The Netherlands.
the Netherlands, or New Zealand, not New Zealand. Let's just go ahead and call it Netherlands. It's got the perfect climate. It's small. It's flat. And those last 2 are like the really biggest hindrances for us. It's a little too close to South America for my taste, but I do love the proximity to getting back to the United States if we need to. It doesn't take long to go from Aruba to Miami to Michigan to anywhere.
And what I was going to say is, one of the reasons why no for Aruba for me is, it's so much smaller than it is here. I don't know if I can go any smaller than freaking Maui.
You
Like
probably
Maui,
could. We barely go anywhere here.
That's not the point.
Well, it is.
No, for me, it's not that I don't want to see more of Maui. It's just that it's already small. I'm like trying to pace myself because if I'm supposed to be here for the rest of my life, I can't get everything done in the first 4 years.
Yeah.
You're like, I've been everywhere. Where's there to go now?
I mean, fortunately, like I said, we barely go anywhere. We've still got a ton of stuff to see here. But we are going to probably have to hurry up and do that at this point. Okay, so Aruba's kind of off the table for me only because I want the kids to be able to have a more diverse, more exotic experience. And I think going to Aruba would be very much like another version of here. And they're not super thriving here. I mean, to be honest, they're safe, they're happy and content. Aruba, probably not enough of a diverse set of people for our kids. And it's great for us because, you know, we've already found each other. We're happy. And if we met some friends, great. If not, great. We're good either way. My number 3, France. Vive la France. And for the exact same reasons that we already spoke of, it's got great culture, history, food, healthcare. Their taxes are high, but
you get a lot for your taxes.
Yeah, you know where your money's going. And that's, as an American, that's really all I want. The taxes we pay here are so cloak and dagger, we don't know where half the money that we're giving them goes.
We know exactly where it's going, into the military and to suppress our votes and stuff. That's what's happening.
And
so
bailouts.
far.
Let's not forget bailouts.
Bailouts.
Yeah.
And then?
And disruptive protests. They're all about, we're not taking this anymore. We don't like what you're doing. You're going to have to fix it, or else we're going to burn your house down. And
or your car on the
or your
street.
car for months at a time. Number 2, Italy. We have friends in Italy, and Italy is certainly a viable consideration for me, just because it's in Europe. I'm fine with that. It's not super snowy or cold. Yes, it does have seasons there, but it's not brutal winters.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Well,
I know it snows.
yeah, but there's a northern Italy and a southern Italy where I think that you'll find a lot of climate-based diversity.
Microcosms or?
Microcosms, yes. That's microclimates.
Microclimates.
We're languagers. That's what the takeaway here is. We speak the English. Okay, they've got a great history. I mean, she's watched a HBO show called Rome countless times.
Okay.
I've never seen a person watch the same show over and over, you know, after the age of 8. She's the one, man.
Okay.
Every year we watch it at least twice.
Let me just say something.
Uh-huh.
And this is for all of you. If you are going to trespass on my property, you will find out how many skills I've learned from Rome. Because I've learned how to handle a machete a hell of a lot better. I go out like the Roman Legion out here.
You'd get more effort out of France. They got the trebuchet. You know how much damage you can do with...
Rican.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's if you're going to be on my property, you're going to know who took you out.
There will be a knife involved.
And there will be a knife involved. Italy, I would love to go to Italy. Like, I just think everything about it speaks to me. Like I said, it's right there.
It's right there.
Rome, Italy.
What you gonna do? It's right there. So Italy's got history, amazing food, reasonably priced land for sale. The problems with Italy, from what I've heard, I don't have any real...
the gangsters.
No, not even that.
Oh.
I mean,
that would be an issue.
I'm okay with the mafia because I'm not going to be interacting with them. If they exist...
That's what you think until all of a sudden you're like sitting there trying to park your car and they're like, you want your car here in the morning? You got to pay me.
All right, well, I mean, she's single-handedly talking me out of Italy. All right, so I was going to say bureaucracy, not so much, organized crime, although depending on how bad the bureaucracy is, you could perceive it as that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either. So I can't really speak on Italy except for the fact that the history is amazing. The food, I'm sure, is...
But we know a guy.
And we know a guy. You can't get any better than knowing a guy.
Michael, this goes out to you, my homie. All right, so here we are, number 1. We already touched on this, obviously.
Yep.
Portugal. Portugal.
Portugal.
It's historical, it's diverse, it's cheaper, it's got great health care, and best of all, it's an easier path to citizenship than almost any other country in all of Europe. We've been doing some research, we've been looking at YouTube, we've been seeing what's going on.
We have a friend who basically their family home is in Portugal.
She speaks the Portuguese.
And she's amazing, and
Lisa,
she has a wonderful, beautiful family, and the pictures alone, it's like Instagram, like she has a video that it's just gorgeous, just everything about it, and it's just stunning.
it really is quite amazing, and that I would forego moving to Madeira, at least on the long term, because if we retire there, it's cool.
We could take a ferry over to Madeira, and we can.
It's not close enough for ferry.
Oh, it's not.
You have to fly. It's far.
Yeah, but the runway alone is terrifying.
I mean, you could take a boat there,
I
but
take a boat.
I'll see you when you get there. I'm always going to fly, no matter what.
I guess I
because
take a helicopter first. And like all I'm saying is I saw how short the runway is and how they showed the planes landing on it and how certain times
Well, I mean, if the weather's bad, they don't.
yeah, it's like
And I'm fine with
suppose
that.
you want to get the hell out of Dodge, like something bad's coming, I want to leave.
Or if
Can't.
somebody is trying to get you, it's much harder to get there.
I
See what I'm
guess.
saying?
So yes, pros and cons, pros and
Pros and cons. So, Portugal is the place we've chosen if things really hit the fan here. We're already very seriously considering it. We're about to re-up our passports. Eros is about to get his first one. Super stoked for that.
I'm so excited for him.
By the way, in case you were wondering, passports are now $110 per person for just the paper book passport. If you want to get the book and the card, it's going to cost you $140. So there's 5 of us, so it's going to be around $480. Because I'm getting the card. I need that for my work. If you have any information about Portugal,
Yeah,
if you already
I
live
think-
there,
and that's
share
the
it with
thing.
us.
I think places that we're right now in the gathering our info stage.
Yeah.
And this is how it basically started. Like when we were on Minnock. Minnock is always going to be that ground.
Minnock is our old house in Detroit that we lived in for 12 years. It was a piece of
It
flotsam.
it was a strong house that could take a lot. And,
Yes.
It basically
bullets, explosions.
explosions. But the thing is that when we were on Minnock and we decided we need to leave because we wanted a better for our children. This is how it started. We were like, where are we going to go? How are we going to do this? And our grandiose ideas, the grandiose ideas that we had. Well, typically what we'll do is we'll talk about it and we'll say, let's keep this low, because we found that when more people hear about your business, then they try to put negative energy on it. But
Who
now,
needs that?
But now, I used to believe that, and then my thought was, forget that. If there's something that I can say that's going to help someone else to be able to dream and dream big and change their life for the better, I think you need to see positive. Oops, sorry. I think the mosquitoes are feasting.
The sun is going down here.
Yeah. So I think it's good to put out videos so that people know, hey, you can do this. You don't have to be stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. Start planning now. Make decisions.
And
even if they're
you'll
10 and
encounter
12
naysayers.
years, even if it's 10 and 12 years away, you can be where you want to be, because if you don't start now, you're never going to get there.
It's true.
So start now and maybe it'll be faster.
I had tons of naysayers telling me, oh man, what are you thinking? You're not going to be able to move your family to Maui. I mean, this happened when I was in Michigan. People were like, dude, do you know how expensive it is to live on Maui? And I was like, well, yeah, I understand that. I'm not trying to get there tomorrow. I understand that there's a process. The way the process worked out was we went from Michigan to Arizona, Arizona to California, California to Maui, having never even been here. But now we're here, and the naysayers can't say anything. And
Yeah, and
when I tell them we're moving to Europe, which is an order of magnitude more complex than getting here, bank on it. If I say it's going to happen, we're going to make it happen, one way or another.
And that's the thing. We're hoping. The thing is this. Now, let it be clear that, let's say that November comes and there's a shift in the guard. That is one of those things that makes me go, okay. now
Let's
we
see
got-
what they do.
Let's see what, happens.
What Joe does.
Yeah. And I'm good for that. I don't mind waiting to see how he can duct tape, glue, whatever the hell he needs to do to fix this country.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I think that we'll still be making that move to Portugal anyway, but then we'll have just more time to prepare for it.
Yeah, because there's nothing like feeling like you're being pushed out.
Yeah, like jumping out of a plane before you're ready.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
you're
still
not-
stitching the parachute.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one's the pull cord and release cord. And I'm like, ugh. I want to know. I want to have enough time to feel comfortable knowing this is the one you pull so that you can land
Yeah.
safely. So that's where I'm at as far as myself, for me. Excuse me.
And I'm not going to make a move unless I've got her buy-in on it, just because, I want to make my wife happy, and I realize that if she's not happy, she's going to make my life a living hell. So
And for me,
I want to make sure that she's totally cool with the concept. And then when she says, all right, start putting this together, then I'm off to the races. I'm going. I'll make it happen.
and for me, I know it's going to sound weird, but my biggest concern, I know that he's already where he wanted to be, Rico here.
I love it here. I really
And
do.
That's,
But I'm also a pragmatist.
and for myself, I'm looking at the children and what I want for them and what I know they want for themselves. And right now, I'm not seeing that here in Maui. There's a very laid back, like an acceptance for mediocrity. I said that wrong. I feel like
It's mediocrity, but
mediocrity. Yeah, there's like, everyone is content with having 3 and 4 jobs, which is,
and living with 12 people.
and living with 12 people and not being able to afford your own, because that's the lifestyle out here.
Most of the people
It's-
here do not, well, most of the locals here
Do not
don't own their
own
house.
homes. It's like they're paying the rent for somebody else.
Whether it's on the mainland U.S. or another country.
Yeah, they're paying their mortgage for them. And they're fine with that. I personally am not. I'm looking to own my own. And if I can't do that here, then I need to go where I can. But I don't want to go back to the mainland. And I know that I know there's tons of land and you don't have to be in the middle of craziness and danger and stuff like that. At the same time, it seems like craziness and danger and stupidity is rampant right now.
Well, our overall goal is to have land that we can give to the kids that they'll keep in the family in perpetuity. That's the goal. Because
yeah, but here, that was the goal here.
no, that's the goal wherever I
No.
move.
What I'm saying is, here, that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
If we move to Portugal, it's affordable living that they could have whatever it is that they need. They don't necessarily need to wait for us to kick the bucket for them to have something.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
It's
not the
kind
goal.
yeah, like in Michigan right now, like if we went, let's just pretend we went to Michigan to save up all the money that we wanted, and let's pretend that Biden was, is our president. Let's not pretend. Let's say he is. My personal thing would be, I would move back to Michigan, rake up all the money I could possibly can in 5 years, and then bounce. Buy a house straight up, and that'd be it. And the kids, if they wanted to, obviously Eros is a lock. Mina is a lock too. Fred,
Wild card.
He's a wild card.
And don't get me wrong, I love Gretchen Whitmer. She's the best governor I've seen lately in Michigan. I'm still not going back there under
No,
any
but
circumstances.
I was just snowballing the idea that if I had it my way, I'd go to where I knew it was cheap living, and like I see these houses, like my cousins, they post these pictures of homes, and like they're $136,000, $200 and something thousand, and I'm sitting there like, I could, if that was a 4-bedroom, I could easily get that.
That's
And-
the one thing Maui has taught me.
Oh,
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. This is like Island New York, because right now, I'm going to just tell you, we're paying $2,700 every 30 days for a 3-bedroom house. Now, granted, you can see the ocean behind us, so the views, perfect. However, every 30 days, it's pricey and it's a struggle. I'm not going to lie, especially with the economy being what it is right now. However, if all of a sudden you told me, well, you're going to Michigan, I would be well set for that. I'd be like, okay, I could do so much work out here. I'll have us in Portugal within 6 months because I can make staggering money doing what I do with almost no effort. But out here, it requires that I work a lot so that I can afford it. There, I wouldn't have to work as hard, but I still would because I have bigger plans. Still not going.
no,
Just saying.
I'm just saying as well. This is one of those situations that we deal with, think about, and then we go, if we can do it here, we can definitely make it out in Portugal.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, even with, I don't speak Portuguese at all. I don't know a single word in Portuguese. Not one.
the funny
Hola.
thing is, I've had conversations with people who do not speak English, and obviously they're from Portugal, but because of the Spanish and the slight bit of Frenchness that I know, and I can understand that, and
Lucky.
they can understand what I'm saying. I've had conversations with people, and it's like, it's wonderful. It's just really hard for someone to realize that it's like taking two, French and Spanish, blending them up, and then knowing when to use what. So I don't know Portuguese either, but could I?
She's not 100% incapable of communicating with them.
Right. So I can communicate, and as long as they're open, then there is a connection there that I can do. And
Yeah.
that's the one thing that I could say about Latin root, baby, is that if you got your Latin roots
I
down
got
from
plenty of
school-
Latin root, but I still can't speak the language.
but-
It's like I'm talking with graham crackers in my mouth.
Yeah, well,
It's terrible.
And that's the thing. I have been able to communicate with people from Italy. I've been able to understand the French language.
If spoken slowly.
Because
That's
oh my
key.
God. But
Start talking to the Merovingian, you're like, what?
Nom de Dieu, de putain de bordel de merde de saloperie de connard d'enculé de ta mère. You see, it's like wiping your ass with silk. I love it.
yeah, so it's just one of those things that it's going to be interesting. And that's the one thing that I'm worried about and sort of excited about. Like, I just want to be able to move
Dude,
our family
yeah.
to somewhere that's affordable, get out of this craziness, give, Arrows a better shot at, a better life, something interesting, different. I don't want my kids to have the same old experiences. Like, I want their life to be something kind of
Rich and exciting and
Yeah.
safe but fun, but everything.
Experience life,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
just being-
You only get one time around. You may as well live it to the fullest. And we got them to a safe place, but
yeah, and that's
it's not
one thing-
a centerpiece for excitement or opportunity.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. And
This place
if
is
you're-
plush to retire in.
Oh yeah.
If you're in Portugal watching this, tell us what it's like. We'd love to know
Definitely.
day-to-day life. There's a couple out there. I can't remember what it's like, Retire Rich or something like that.
Rich is Our Rich Life,
Or something like that. It's a interracial couple, I believe. I don't know what she is. But they moved out to Portugal. They were in a federal job for 8 years.
San Francisco or something.
Yeah, another super expensive place.
Right.
And then they saved up a bunch of cash, had some passive income coming in, moved their whole family, which is a total of 4, to Portugal. And they've got
They're
a
retired already at
Yeah.
39 or something.
Yeah, 39, retired.
But we're not going to be going into this retired. We
No.
already know that that's not.
And I don't mind working. I love working. It keeps me busy and keeps my mind sharp. And,
I want to retire rich. However, there's going to have to
I'm
be
working
some,
on it.
There's going to have to be some work, and that's fine. My thing is, we are deciding to make the move to Portugal.
And we want you on this journey along with us.
And me saying that out loud, it's just last night.
She wrung me through the ringer, man. I was so ill-equipped for it.
So the whole thing is, my thing is this. I'm always going to be the person that tries to shoot a hole in anything. I flip-flopped so many times on, nope, not going to move, not doing it, can't do it, don't want to do it.
But we already bought the tickets.
And the thing is,
The non-refundable tickets for 5 to Maui.
I don't think it was that bad.
It was, well,
Not that part. Once I got to that part, I was like, Mara, just shut up, because there ain't no way that you can
you
back
would've-
out now.
if things had come to fruition in any other way, you would have gave up that $1,500 that we spent to get out here and be like, you know what? Nope.
The thing is, I need to make sure that I look at every single avenue for failure.
As
I have
any
to.
prudent person would.
And that's my job. Rico, he brings me ideas and he goes, poke holes in this. And if I can't, then that sounds like a winner. But I will. If there's a weak spot
She's
in
a
the chain,
freaking meat tenderizer. She
I'm
punches
gonna-
a bunch of holes in some stuff.
I will. It could be 2 sentences in, and I'm like, nope, that ain't gonna work because such and so. And then it's like, damn. But it's true though. If I find a weak spot, then there's no. Why are you even? Don't even think about it, because it's not. It doesn't
Viable.
work.
All right, so that's our show. Portugal. We had a number of countries that we were considering. Portugal winds up being the winner. I got Myra on board. Can't believe it. But
So,
she's
I-
like Mikey for travel. Mikey won't eat anything.
but if I like it, then that's good. But
Hey, Mikey, she likes it.
so the thing, like I said, our wild card is our son Fred.
But we've spoken to him, and he's open to it if things haven't improved here.
Yeah, and the thing is,
if all of a sudden prices drop by half, okay, we'll stay.
you know what? And that's the thing. If we can afford to stay out here, I'm already here. I ain't leaving.
Yeah.
However, if things goes tits up, I'm not going to suffer and have my family suffer and let that be what ruins us. I don't work that way.
And I don't want to live on the beach.
And for me, I'm going to be speaking, maybe if I can get my friend Lisa to join me on a show, I will be speaking with her regarding Portugal. If possible, getting her idea on places to live and, what to expect when you go to a
Yeah,
new country
because-
like that. She's been there. She's like
She's
I said,
Portuguese.
she's Portuguese. Her father has, her father and mother have, or her grandfather has a house that's built out there.
Yep.
And so they, so
Well,
yeah.
no,
I thought
it's her dad.
no, I thought it was her grandfather. Her grandfather's home, and her aunt owns a piece of the house or the property. They
Okay.
all own something like that. I think
All
it's
right.
like that. The whole
I don't
point
know.
is,
I don't
she's
know.
Portuguese, so I'm gonna go talk to her. Hopefully, I can get her on the show. She's a
She's awesome.
wonderful, wonderful woman. Love her to bits. It's like
That
she's a
chick's
kin-
got charisma for days.
Yeah, she's like I always thought that my energy was like, oh, I'm so energetic, and I'm just a mellow cat.
In comparison.
In comparison, she's a firecracker, and I love it. And
A lit sparkler.
she's the best, and she's such a sweet person. So definitely going to talk to her, and see when
If we can
right
get her
now-
on the show, cool. I think she'll go for it. We'll
no,
see.
I think she would. We're going to try to see if we can get her on the show, and if we can, you'll get to meet.
You'll get the
my
benefit
friend,
of meeting Lisa.
Lisa. So thank you so much for being here with us. If you liked the show, if you have any questions or comments, leave,
Or tips.
or
you know,
tips, leave it.
We're always trying to make a better show.
Leave it. Leave the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button if you want to be notified when we're going to be on. And yeah, I think we're good.
Yes. Thank you again. This is Sol Frita. Sol Frita.
You're going to cut all that out.
Maybe.
So thank you for joining us here at Sorfrita. We will
Sol Frita.
see you later.
All right. Bye.